Hello everyone, welcome to another Thomas video. So today we'll be taking a look at Frog Tempo deck in Thomas format. So it's been a very long time since I've actually played with Psychic Frog, so I'm kind of excited to try this deck out. This deck has changed quite a bit compared to what it was before because obviously there's a bunch of strip mines going around. So the deck is definitely getting a little bit of a makeover here. So like I said, there is a lot of strip mines going on at the moment. So we kind of want to build our deck so that we can protect not only our lands from getting strip mined using our 3 copies of Stifle, but you can also use the Stifle as a means of getting ahead, hence the name Frog Tempo. Along with the strip mines and Stifle, we're trying to tempo your opponent out while holding up 1-mana counter spells such as Spell Pierce, or even 4 copies of Flare of Denial, which is going to be our 0-mana counter spell. And by the way, in the future, we are getting Force of Negation very soon at the end of November. So the Flare of Denial is just going to get completely replaced with that card, which is going to be phenomenal for this deck. And because we are also playing strip mines, we're also taking advantage of that and playing 4 copies of Deathrite Shaman. But there's another card that we're playing that a lot of people probably haven't seen before, which is the Witherbloom Command. Not only can this get rid of things like Planeswalkers or things like Goblin Bombardment, but you can also get a strip mine back from the graveyard that you put there before so that you can blow up your opponent's lands again. Speaking of strip mines, not only are you putting cards into the graveyard using our lands, but opponents also strip mining your lands as well. So a lot more cards are going to the graveyard, and as a result, delve spells actually have become considerably better. So despite this deck playing 2 copies of Treasure Cruise, we're actually playing 2 copies of Murderous Cut as well, which is going to be our primary way of getting rid of big creatures. So we have 2 copies of Murderous Cut in the main deck for that purpose, but we also have a copy of a Sheoldred's Edict in the sideboard as well. And last but not least, we're only playing 2 copies of Mana Drain in the deck now. You know, Frog Tempo decks used to play 4 copies of Mana Drain, but times have changed, and it's actually more important to tax your opponent's lands with the Strip Mine so that you can just easily counterspell opponent's spells using Spell Pierces and Flare of Denial. So instead of playing Mana Drain, we're playing everything else. So that's why we only see 2 copies of Mana Drain in the main deck. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Thomas Special 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Oh, right. Let's take a look. Watery Graves. Interesting. We have a mirror. I want to hide both of these, I guess. I'm kind of hoping they play a fetch land this time. No fetch lands. I'm not even sure if I play this, though. Like, it's just gonna die. I need a way to protect this, right? Okay, Strip Mine's pretty good. Opponent uses a Brainstorm. I guess maybe I'll play the Tameo because they could potentially try to use a Mana Drain if they have it. And we'll stifle it.
I've read nearly the
Never mind. Okay, so they don't have a Fatal Push. This is a very good situation to be. Like, we are doing so well with our land count. And they also drew a Strip Mine, so... definitely not looking good for opponent there. Okay, we have a Chrome Mox coming out. Opponent got rid of a Treasure Cruise, so this is a mana drain. Okay, I'll bring the Loris back. Another Strip Mine. Into another Chrome Mox. Wow. They're going down on cards a lot, right? So that we know that this last card is mana drain too. So I think they have to counter this. They do not. Okay. Is it a Brainstorm? Oh, it's a Bowmaster. Oh, it's a Bowmaster. Look. There's like a stop there. I think I have to get the Swamp, right? Because I need double black for the Loris. So, I see what's going on here. It's a Bowmaster. So, we can do Treasure Cruise for... this way we can still pay for... actually, 7, 11. So we need 11 cards. We have exactly 11. This way we can pay for Spell Pierce if they drew it. Yeah, I still think they have a Bowmaster, but my opponent's just refusing to use it. It was an Archmage Charm. Interesting. An interesting play. Yeah, for sure. That was actually a very interesting play that they made.
Respect the library.
So I guess we kind of have to kill them with the Death Ray Shaman. Stifle is a good card, right? Yeah, Stifle is a good card. 7 cards in the yard. I was kind of hoping for a land, potentially. We'll go with this. And we just kind of whittled them down with the Death Ray Shaman.
Violence is not the answer.
Okay. Let's begin with the Stifle. They're not going to play anything? Okay. Do I need to do anything? Don't I just win if I just sit back with these Death Ray Shamans? I mean, I guess even if Orcish Bowmaster comes out, we can kill it, so...
Our story together has ended.
And they're dead even if I just, you know, do Death Ray Shaman trigger like 3 times. Alright. We go to next one. So I think we're gonna want Spell Snare in this matchup. And Abrupt Decay. And we also want this card. Very broken in this matchup. So I think we can cut this, right? Not very good in this matchup. Witherbloom Command actually becomes better because they have a Chrome Mox. I think maybe I can cut like a copy of a Flare of Denial. I mean, this can also kill Transform Tamio. Okay, maybe just one Abrupt Decays. Might even consider going down on a Psychic Frog. Right, I would say this hand isn't, like, particularly amazing, but it is a hand. It is a hand, nonetheless. I think they're just going to take away the Death Ray Shaman. So I do wonder if opponent plays a Stifle in that deck. I have seen a Strip Mine from opponent.
This is an interesting story.
I'm just going to play this out. There's that Strip Mine. Would have loved to save mana for the Psychic Frog there, but just couldn't do that. Okay. There's 5 cards in the yard. We're almost there with the Treasure Cruise. Spell Pierce was actually a pretty nice pickup because now we can just do 2 of these, you know? So if they play like a Strip Mine into leaving up a counter spell for the Stifle, I do have a Spell Pierce for that, which is kind of cool. Okay, so we know opponent plays an Archmage Charm, so this is an Archmage Charm. I think I'm gonna Surveil. Can't stop that. They're playing around my spell pierce. A Tamio.
I've read nearly the entire library.
This actually doesn't feel good because I actually sideboarded out 2 Psychic Frogs, so I only have 1 Psychic Frog left in the deck.
I'd love to hear stories from your home. Respect the library.
Mystic Sanctuary. Bunch of Thoughtseizes. So I can potentially stifle this, but they have an Archmage Charm that they can use to steal the Tamio, which is not great. Orcish Bowmaster. Okay.
Words can't fix everything.
Yeah, we have another Stifle. So, Stifle.
Violence is not the answer.
So we get rid of their only black source. It was a Stifle, so they had a Stifle into Stifle. What should I do? They clearly know that I have a Flare of Denial, but they still chose to do it. I'm gonna go with the Spell Pierce here. I think I'm just going to trade a Clue Token for the Stifle here. Isn't this worth it? Let them have, I think this is worth it. Because I don't want the Thoughtseize in there, right? When I want to put the Loris bag. But this could potentially, like, win me the game. Because, like, they lose so much tempo, I feel like, you know? The problem is, the Orcish Bowmaster somehow needs to die, you know? We have 6 copies of Removal Spell. Wow. Why did they surrender? Alright. So I'll play the shield back first before the Tamio. If they strip mine me, I am dead. Uh-oh. That ain't good, sir. That's not good.
How am I supposed to focus on only one project?
Oh no. We might have actually just lost the game, honestly. How do we beat that?
I advise that Pyrexia is spreading. We must
So,
act now.
okay, now that we know what opponent's playing, we're gonna play accordingly. You know, we're gonna play accordingly. We want to leave up Stifles, Spell Pierces. We're also gonna fetch the right cards. Fetch Island in the Swamp. Maybe not. We're gonna bring a Disruptor Flute as well. I'm gonna go down on a command and maybe a Murderous Cut. Nah, because if the, for example, like Magus with the Moon is down, I guess Fatal Push is worse because this one doesn't, like, I don't need to fetch, but this one does. All right, let us play that a little bit better. Boom. So I think we stifle this, right? We stifle this, then leave up the Spell Pierce for next turn. So we know opponent doesn't have another Chrome Mox. That's for
Perhaps there are
sure.
more useful texts down on the surface.
So there's that Chalice of the Void. We probably have to get rid of this. And we want to stifle this. And I'm not sure if I want to crack this yet. Because, I mean, I guess I have a Tameo for that purpose. Sure. Abrupt Decay. I don't like my chances. Okay, we let that slide. So attack again. Play this Shaman and a Psychic Frog, and then we'll leave up a Flare of Denial here. Sacrificing the Tameo. Yep, Tameo can go. Gonna attack with you. Get rid of that. I guess I'll just play both of these, honestly. Nah, I shouldn't, because they could have a board wipe. Alright. So, now that we're going second, you want the Witherbloom command. Back. -1 Fatal Push. Probably, like, even better to have Edict than a Fatal Push here. I can't rely on Fatal Pushing Magus the Moon at this point. And we'll go with this. Ay. I just can't trust hands like these. I don't know. Definitely not this one, for sure. Oh, man. Oh, man. Not like this. Okay, so... I think we value Deathrise Shaman here? Because in order to cast the Abrupt Decay, I would need black or green. If I played this and fetched an island, it wouldn't work, you know? Oh, please don't go Karn or 4-mana card. That's so bad for me.
I started this war, and I intend
That's
to
so
finish
bad
it
for me.
once and for all.
I mean, it's really hard to predict what's gonna come down, right? Because my opponent just jumped from a 1-mana card into 4-mana card because of an Ancient 2-mana Chrome Mox. Okay, let's think about this. They have 2, 3, 4 mana. If I blow this up, they have 3 mana. I can potentially Spell Pierce it, but it's still really bad for me. Oh my god. Not sure how I'm gonna win this one. I don't know. Lightning Bolt. That's so awkward. Yeah, I think we lost. A Fury. If I just left up a Spell Pierce instead, this would have been such a different game, but
We cannot
you know,
let Phyrexia win.
I messed up. All right. Am I playing the Deathray Shaman turn 1? They already have a Gemstone Cavern and they have a Chromatic Sphere. think I'm just gonna play this out. I don't want to play scared. That's already 3 mana. Okay. So I can go Psychic Frog, leave up a Spell Pierce, or Stifle. I have to do this because of Ghost Vacuum. All right. Attack. Strip Mine, okay. I could Stifle this, but I don't think it's worth it. It's an Eldrazi? Okay, short. Can't believe I was just about to draw that. Just blow that up. Cameo. Shaman. Leave up a Stifle. For something, I guess.
I must investigate this scroll further.
So I'm not really sure, like, what this is doing. Right? So discard you. Discard you. Speed up the clock a little bit.
It's not just a battle of honor. I am not defenseless.
Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay, that's actually kind of scary. That is kind of scary. So they're gonna eat it in response. Short. Okay, we got Brainstorm anyways. So we have a mana drain as well. Can we win here? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can't win. We also have to crack this, so... I'm gonna fetch another brainstorm.
I never forget an exceptional story.
Okay, chromatic star sticks. That also sticks. We have a flute? This actually could have been really bad, by the way. They Disruptor Flute my Deathray Shaman. And then they potentially win here. I don't know if they could, but they could have. It is definitely a scary situation there. So the Cloud Key is a 3 on a card. Probably want the Disruptor Flute here. Fatal Push, probably not. Might even just take all of them out and have a copy of a Shelter's Edict. What is our last cut? Maybe a Treasure Cruise. Okay, we don't have much other than turn 2 Witherbloom Command. This might honestly be so slow, but we'll see. Okay, Ancient Tomb turn 1, kind of ridiculous. Might just have to strip mine here. Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, this might be a little bit too fast, so I think I'm just going to strip mine. I don't want like a 3-mana card coming out next turn, so... Then we'll go into Deathray Shaman. What's really nice about this deck is that even if they get a Leyline of the Void down, we can still, you know, take advantage of opponents' lands because of the strip mine. You know? It's actually pretty sick. I guess I'm just running out the Psychic Frog here. We'll leave up a Brainstorm for potentially, like, if they, you know, try to cheat out something, we can Brainstorm into a Flare of Denial. My opponent did get another Ancient Tomb, though, which is kind of crazy. Well, that's not good. I can't destroy that with Witherbloom command.
No! I'm late for class!
We can discard that to the Psychic Frog here. There's a Tazaret. Flare of Denial was a good draw. I think they could be working with the... I guess there's nothing in the graveyard for the Deathray Shaman. Another Flare of Denial, sure. I think we're actually almost at the finish line, so... I was thinking about maybe stifling, but I think they're just dead. Yeah, interesting deck. Okay, we're playing against a Loris deck. Into a Tamil.
Curious. I must investigate this.
I'm just going to immediately remove that. Another Tamio.
Read nearly the entire library.
I guess I kind of want to go Deathray Shaman here. And potentially just blow this up. We have 2 cards in the yard. Murder's Cut is already almost there, by the way. No, don't kill it. Don't kill it. How could you? Well, since they did that, we can just transform this immediately.
Oh, I stayed up too late reading. Again.
Ooh. On the top deck, Shield back, and maybe Treasure Cruise. I'm not really sure about the Treasure Cruise right now. So what I want to see from opponent is they tap out, transform the Tamio, we Wither Bloom command, get rid of Tamio, and then get back a Strip Mine to blow up their last land, something like that. That would have been insane. Alright, so I want Abrupt Decays instead of Murder's Cut. I think that might be it. Actually, no, I want this card. I'll go down on a Flare of Denial. Alright. I'm gonna shock this in case of like potential like Stifle. So we saw opponent having a Ragavan last game, right? So I mean, there is a good chance they just don't have an Orcish Bowmaster. What to do? Is it a Stifle? I'm actually very happy if this is a Stifle though, because then... Oh, it's not. I actually still want to go with the Watery Grave there. For the Abrupt Decay. I think opponent has a Stifle. I think they have a Stifle. Speaking of a Stifle. Alright. Alright, so I played a Tameo, played a Strip Mine, blow up one of their Steam Vent. What to do? I could just do this. Because I want to get rid of this card anyways. So there goes that Strip Mine. We also have a Strip Mine as well. We're gonna try to stifle this. And it worked. Let's play the Strip Mine and attack. Alright, so... Okay, let's see what happens if I blow this island away. Sure. And then we play Psychic Frog. Pass a turn. Ooh, they topped it. My opponent tops it. Brainstorm. Source the Plowshare. A little bit unfortunate, but sure. I could Flare of Denial this, but I don't think it's worth it. We're gonna Surveil. We're definitely gonna top that, for sure. Draw a bunch of cards. Okay. Definitely stifle this. So opponent's like down 2 lands at the moment, which is really good. We also see a Shaman. So we definitely want to play these two out to this turn, potentially, or maybe play a Tameo and then play that Eternities Shaman next turn.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
Maybe that was a bit wrong, actually, because I kind of value the Tameo, right, more than the Loris, more than the Eternities Shaman, because I have a Flare of Denial. So that was a bad sequencing on my part. It does seem like they don't have any removal spell. I'm gonna maybe try to transform this. So we got Mana Drain out. Well, maybe it's actually worth Flare of Denialing the mana drain here? Alright, sure. So they play the Loris out. There's nothing in the graveyard, which can take advantage of it. I can definitely kill that. Phantasmal Shield Bag. Plus,
Hope you don't mind if I take notes.
we're gonna kill the Loris. Mana Drain. I should have actually gotten rid of a Strip Mine. Alright, unless they top deck, okay. GG's. Alright, a lot of Loris today. A lot of Loris. Kind of an absurd amount of Loris. So I'll play out the Deathray Shaman first. Kind of scope things out. Yeah, a lot of people decided to bring those kind of decks today.
Oh no! I'm late for class!
Shaman. No Stifles. Mana Drain? I guess that's not too bad. Let's play around the Spell Pierce. No Spell Pierces from opponent. So Murderous Cut is already online, but I kind of want to just use it on the Treasure Cruise, but we'll see. So if I counter the Brainstorm, that's 3. That's 4. I'll generate 5 mana. Okay, sure. I'll actually counter this. A bit awkward. 4, 5. Maybe I shouldn't even do this. We're just gonna Treasure Cruise here. Excellent.
Every plane has stories to share. Respect the library.
So there's one card in the yard. I think I'm just going to play the island here. Because I don't want to give them a land for the Deathray Shaman. So we know opponent doesn't have a prismatic ending, otherwise they would use it last turn, right? I'm kind of scared about this because Bowmaster. Let's see what happens. If I do this. Nothing. Maybe we just do Witherbloom command twice. Yeah, how about we just do Witherbloom command twice? I lied. Whoops. Why did I do that? Because I... Wait, did I play a land already? What happened this game? What happened here? I wonder if that's the only black source? It could be because... No, that can't be right. Was this their only black source? Confused? Confused? So Abrupt Decay comes in instead of a Murderous Cut. I think that's about it. And I'll cut Flare of Denial, as usual. Alright, we have a interesting hand. I think we can definitely pollute a Delta into potentially get to our black source or green source with a double Brainstorm. I definitely don't think this is a bad hand. Okay. Do I want to strip mine right now? That is the question. Maybe I do. Kind of want to see like what we can get so that I can have some a little bit more information before firing off a Brainstorm, things like that. Wow, they're just going to fetch immediately. Okay, so they do have a Tamio.
Oh, how am I supposed to focus on only one project?
So definitely they have a Flare of Denial, huh? Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. So even if they... Okay, so they didn't go for it. So what should I do? I can save the Witherbloom command. I think it has to be next turn, right? This turn, I Abrupt Decay. Or not. Yeah, or not. So I made a mistake. I definitely made a mistake here. So what I should have done... Oh, that's such a bad mistake. So I knew this was there, right? With the Flooded Strand. So knowing that information, I could have saved the Stifle and then played out the Carpet of Flower. But then, I guess if I do that, they're gonna Flare of Denial that. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely like a pretty tricky situation to be in, you know?
I've read nearly the entire library.
Okay, so they're gonna transform it immediately.
know about this plane. I am not.
So I can definitely get rid of it using... Oh, this island is killing me. The island is killing me. Should I let the Tamio be for a while? And then just try to resolve Carpeted Flower? Wow. How did that happen? Yeah, how did that happen?
Things didn't have to go this way.
That's right, Shaman. I don't think I can risk getting Orcish Bowmaster here. Alright, so let's see. I can Witherbloom command, get it countered. So we're gonna get rid of that. They let it go again. Does that mean they have a counter spell here? Like a spell pierce, maybe? I mean, they could definitely have a spell pierce. That's 100% something that they could have here. But I do have a Stifle, so I guess this kind of works out. I want to exile the land because of that right Shaman. Okay. So they definitely had a Flare of Denial, by the way, but they just didn't use it, you know? They just didn't use it. Alright, sure. I am taking a bit too much damage, actually. I messed up. I should have done that after. Okay, it didn't matter. Okay, so bring that back. Alright, GG's. Right, so we took a look at this deck today. Actually did pretty okay with the deck. I actually lost one game before recording, so you can also take that into account as well. But yeah, I think the deck was actually better than I thought. The Murderous Cut was actually so sweet. I kind of want like another fourth copy of a shield bag, but I had to drop one shield bag for the Murderous Cut. I'm not sure if that's actually correct. You could potentially just could go down on Fatal Push and play play another copy of Phantasmal Shield bag if you wanted to. Maybe that's what I'll do actually. Yeah, so instead of a fourth copy of Fatal Push, because I do cut a lot of the fatal pushes post sideboarding because I'm bringing in some like abrupt decays. So I think it's correct to actually only have 3 copies of fatal push because especially like against that Blood Moon deck, I mean, I did kind of play that match pretty poorly. I think we could have definitely won if I just played a little bit better and not gotten greedy and playing things out like Deathray Shamans and stuff like that instead of just holding on to like a Spell Pierce. But like in those kind of matchups where like the Blood Moon kind of comes down, right? I think because of that, you're not going to be able to trigger that like Revolt with the Fatal Push. So in those kind of matchups, I think the Fatal Push is way worse than the Murderous Cut. We'll do like a 3-2 split here, but yeah, the Murderous Cut has been pretty nice because it is just unconditional, like 1 mana, just remove anything, right? So having like 2 copies of it in the main deck, even if like a big creature comes down, you can just kind of snipe it. And Witherbloom Command. Witherbloom Command. I was kind of skeptical of this card, but because we have like so many fetch lands, like Witherbloom Command becomes pretty good because this is another way to get rid of like planeswalkers and stuff like that. So getting rid of a planeswalker or like Goblin Bombardment, get back a Strip Mine, blow up their Strip Mine, things like that. Yeah, I think the deck was actually pretty good. Going back to the Murderous Cut, despite the deck actually playing 4 copies of Delve Spells, because of the Strip Mine, not only you are playing the Strip Mine, but your opponents are also playing Strip Mines, right? Like, more cards are actually ending up in the graveyard. Fueling for these, like, Delve Spells has become a lot better than it used to. So I think that's definitely something that we should consider when it comes to, like, deck building in the future. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.